know.
Your truck looks better stock. This one's got a Caterpillar under the hood and straight plates and all that.
Yeah, this is a Cummins. I didn't like it at first, but I'm getting used to it.
Copy that. What's that, a reefer you're pulling, or is that a dry van?
Reefer.
Copy that. Is there much money in the reefer business?
Well, no, the rates are down right now.
Hey, Chuck, you get back to 83. Oh, there you look good. That'll way back up the road there. Copy that. Have a good one. How you did, Dave? That's one of our other company trucks there. That's Black Peterbilt one was.
That was nice too.
That one had to come with that. Yeah, we got, I think 20 trucks that are all decked out pretty nice.
Where are you guys out of?
Colorado, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Where you from?
Kirkwood.
Where's that?
It's about an hour south of here.
Down by Lancaster area?
Yeah, south of Lancaster.
Copy that. Like, I guess that'd be down toward Epperton and all that.
Well, more like Quarryville.
Okay, that's, the opposite way. Yeah, the only thing that sucks here, got the GPS, and, they watch it pretty hard.
Oh yeah, I know.
Have a good one there, sweetheart.
Thank you, you too.
Better talking to a woman on the other end than talking to guys all the time.
Yeah, I hear you. Welcome to the Lafonda Jackson Show. My name is Lisa, and this is my baby boy Teddy. And Lafonda is the Peterbilt 589 that we are in right now. Lafonda is a company truck, and I named her Lafonda because I'm very fond of her. Right, Teddy? Teddy is a Rottweiler. He's a little over 2 years old. Not quite 2.5, but he's my baby boy. And he knows it. So on this episode, I'm going to answer some of your questions. I've been getting some questions lately. Some are kind of the same type of questions about the ELD, the logging, how many hours I'm allowed to drive, and I'm going to answer some questions about Teddy, and just some random questions that I've been getting. I figured I would just do a video and answer a bunch of questions. That way I can refer people to this video if they have questions about trucking, because I know some of you are not too familiar with the trucking the laws and regulations and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to do on this video. So about the ELD, as a trucker in America, we are allowed to work a 14-hour shift, and we are allowed to drive 11 hours in that 14-hour shift. And then we can only work 8 hours, driving 8 hours, and then we have to take a half-hour break. Which now they just changed it. We can be on duty, like getting fuel. If that takes half an hour, that would count as your half-hour break. But I normally like to take a half-hour break within the first 3 to 5 hours, and you know, let Teddy out. If I leave my work and go to pick up, normally that's like less than an hour, and then I get loaded and I will take Teddy out there and then get back on the road, drive for a little bit, maybe get fuel, take him out again, feed him. I feed him twice a day, so it depends on Teddy's schedule. Right, Teddy? I feed him in the morning and then in the late afternoon. And I would like to tell you the kind of feed that I feed him. This is not a paid promotion or anything, but I started him out on the wellness the raw food, Rev Raw it was called. But I just recently switched him over in the past couple of months to the Dr. Marty's, because my vet said he was getting a little too heavy, which I didn't think so, but he actually did lose 10 pounds. He's down to 96.7 pounds. I just had him at the vet because he needed to get 2 shots. A Lyme disease shot and the lepto shot. He didn't see the vet, he just seen the vet tech. And yes, he was 96.7 pounds. He was 110. and they said that was 6 months ago, 7 months ago, and they said that, well, that was, I did post that video. Teddy's vet visit did not go well, and because I didn't think he needed to lose any weight, but apparently he needed to lose like 5-10 pounds, and I don't want him being chubby because that's not healthy for him. And I also feed him, when I'm home, I give him a raw egg like once a day, so I'm only home like 2-3 days. And I also give him a wee little bit of raw milk, just maybe like a tablespoon. I put it in his bowl. But he does not eat any human food. He only has his dog food and his treats. And I give him his special treats, which that is, he likes cow ears, bully sticks, fishies. I call them fishies, like cod strips or salmon. That's a good boy, Teddy. Mommy has to do this video. Oh, on the ELD, also, I have to take 10 hours off after the 14-hour shift. I have to do 10 hours off duty. And how much time do I get at home? Normally I'm home every weekend unless I'm running out west. And sometimes I'm off on Mondays. I start my work week on Tuesday. Sometimes I'm off on Fridays. And sometimes I'm off in the middle of the week. Like if I work Monday and Tuesday, then I would be off Wednesday and then work Thursday and Friday. It just really depends on where I'm going. If I leave the shop, the yard, and go pick up and then normally deliver it to New York or New England, which I haven't been going to New England lately, and then I reload and then come back down, and that's normally like 2 days, sometimes going into 3, and then if I can make it home, I do that, and then just reload again somewhere around the shop. And we normally run up to New York and New England because the loads going south for us anyway are not, I think what it is, they pay good going down, but to find a load coming back, it doesn't pay good, or it might be vice versa. So my husband went with me, and a lot of you were asking if he has his CDL. No, my husband does not have his CDL. He does not drive truck. He is a retired firefighter. He worked for 34 years, volunteer and career. He retired with an injury. He worked 23 years as a 911 operator and fire dispatcher. He wrote this down for me so I would get everything right. He also served as a fire school instructor, and he worked as a chauffeur. I don't know how you say that, for the engine and truck company in the fire service. So he drove a fire truck, but he does not have his CDL. And he started at the age of 16. I'm not sure how many years he's been retired. He didn't put that in here. From the injury, he has injured his back. And so you want to know where he works at now. Now he works as a supervisor in retail. He actually that's his full-time job, and then he also works part-time to make extra money because I'm on the road working, but eventually he has a daughter, my stepdaughter. She is going to be 16, so in another year or two he's planning on going with me in the truck, but as of right now he stays home while I'm out on the road with our daughter. Someone asked about, they are confused with the lumper fees. The lumper is the person that a distribution center will hire an outside service to unload their freight, and we call them lumpers, and they charge us a fee to unload it. And they normally unload it with just like a pallet jack. Some of them do use skid loaders, and some of the prices are outlandish. It just really depends, I guess, what the product is, what they have to count, if I have a variety of stuff on. And my company pays that. I believe the broker pays my company. I think that's how that works. I'm not 100% sure, but I do not pay it. I have to, call my company, my boss. She gives me a code, a money code for an EFS check. That's what we use to pay the lumper, and they will not give us our paperwork until we pay the lumper. Sometimes it's $83, sometimes it's $660, and I have no idea why the difference is. I think that is, in my opinion, I think that is absolutely ridiculous, because I say to myself, it's like if I order something online and it comes from Amazon, FedEx, UPS, when he comes and knocks on my door, that would be like me giving him a bill to deliver what I ordered. So I don't really understand. Somebody did mention one time what started it all, years and years and years ago. They started hiring these outside services, and if you wanted your stuff unloaded quick, you paid them, $20. Then of course the price keeps going up and up and up. So that's just how it is. And I think, I don't know if it's just in the food industry or food distribution. I don't know if it's other commodities. I have no idea. Why on a loading dock do I have to disconnect the trailer sometimes? That's just different places' policy. Some places want you to disconnect completely. Some places just want you to unhook your red airline, and then they will come out and they put a lock on it. It's just safety reasons, so the truck doesn't pull away from the dock while the loader is loading you or unloading you, inside the trailer with a forklift. Yeah, that's just stupidity there. I don't, it does happen. It does happen quite often that the driver will pull out when they're getting loaded, unloaded. I have no idea how that happens, because you feel them, they're in there. I don't know why a driver would do that, but it does happen, and that's just safety reasons. Someone also asked, why do I have to move the tandems? The tandems are the trailer tires, and mine all move together. Some people have a spread axle where they can move just the one set, the 4 tires. I can move all 8 of my tires. And some places require them to be all the way back when you're getting loaded or unloaded, because it's just the way the dock is set up normally. Some docks are leaning at an angle, and it helps them, as you know, makes them go in and out nice and smooth. Whereas if your tandems are up, there's more of like a bounce in the back end of the trailer. The Teddy's ramp I got from Chewy.com. I actually had it for my other Rottweiler, Macy. She passed away and I got Teddy. So right away, maybe the first, I've been taking Teddy with me since the very first day I got him. Well, I went back to work like 2 days later, maybe. But from that day on, he's been in the truck with me. And I didn't start him on the ramp right away because, you know, I could still pick him up. But it was about 2 weeks, and I started him on the ramp, training him on the ramp, going up and down, because my other Rottweiler, she would just go down the ramp. She never went up it. So with her, she was smaller than him. Like, she was like 85 pounds. She would put her 2 front paws up on the step, and then I would like hoist her up in. As soon as I started hoisting her up in, she pulled herself the rest of the way. But that got really hard on my back, so I was not going to do that with Teddy. So I trained him right away to go up and down, and he goes up and down so super fast. I kind of wish he didn't do it as fast as he does, but at least he goes up and down it. And Teddy does not bark. I did not teach him that, but he's only barked like 4 or 5 times in his life. He just doesn't bark. I did not teach him that. The things that he did bark at was not a person. It was an inanimate object, like a dumpster. We were parked at a rest area one time, and there was a trash can, a big trash can, and it had like this dome lid, and the bag was like flapping. And Teddy just started doing this low growl, and I'm looking like, what? I didn't see anything, and then I seen that bag move. I seen that's what he was looking at, and then he just went and then there was another time, it was like a dumpster, a weird shaped dumpster, and he just, one bark, just did that. And I think he may have barked at, when he was a wee little puppy, it was dark out, and it was almost dark, not quite dark, and these geese started flying overhead and making that squawking that they do. He barked at that. But every time he has barked, I just totally ignore him. I don't say anything. Like some people, when their dog starts barking, they're like, what is that? And then I think it makes the dog bark more. So I just ignore him, and I guess it's him naturally he's not a barker, but the times that he did bark, I didn't say anything to him. So I personally can't stand a barking dog, a dog that barks all the time. So I feel so lucky that, because my other Rottweiler, towards the end of her life, she barked at everything, and I would just have to leave the door open when I was getting fuel so she wouldn't bark, because as soon as I shut the door, she would sit in here and just bark, bark, bark. There's a car pulling in. I was just waiting to make sure they weren't coming over here. I listen to jazz music. I have the Sirius XM radio in this truck. I listen to the Watercolors. What channel is it? It's channel 66. And I will especially turn that on if I'm coming through Chicago or anywhere there's a lot of traffic, like Baltimore, Philadelphia. If I put that station on, it is very soothing and calming, and it helps me from getting ticked off when people cut me off and stuff. If I have that music on, for some reason, I don't know why, it's just very soothing. I also like country music. I like really any kind of music. I like 80s music. I don't really like heavy metal, and I don't really like rap. I mean, I can listen to it, but my favorite band, I would have to say, is the country band Alabama. I think that is my favorite band. And someone asked, out of the lower 48 states, who has the best or worst truck stops? Well, I haven't traveled to all 48 states, and I am not really, I would really have to think about it, but I would say my favorite all-time truck stop is the Iowa 80 in Walcott, Iowa. And my least favorite, I don't know, I think I have quite a few, but I would have to really think about that. But I will say, the states that have the best rest areas is Wisconsin and Montana. And then the worst is Massachusetts and Washington State. That's just my opinion. And like I said, I haven't been in all 48 states, so I really can't answer that 100%. And a couple people have asked about what do I eat. I'm not, like, I know some YouTubers are constantly like going to Starbucks or, you know, showing what they got to eat or what they're eating. I'm not really that type of person, but I was thinking what I will do in another video is I normally go to the grocery store before my work week, or definitely before I go out west. So I was thinking that I can show you guys what I purchase to take with me on like a long trip like that, what I eat for my breakfast, my snacking, and then my supper. But this morning I decided to stop at, I'm on I-90 in New York, and I decided to stop at the Port Byron rest area and get myself a coffee drink and a breakfast sandwich and some bacon. And maybe I'll give it a wee little piece to Teddy. That is an iced caramel signature latte. That's Teddy. And my breakfast sandwich, sausage, egg, and cheese, and the bacon. I prefer Starbucks better, but it was good. I gave Teddy, when I was all finished my sandwich, I gave him a little piece of egg because I don't like him staring at me while I'm eating, so he did not know that he was getting anything. And I just gave him a little piece of egg, It was pretty good. The bacon tasted kind of funky. It was $18 for those 3 things here in New York. We unloaded this morning in Rochester, and we are heading to pick up our next load in Syracuse. It's scheduled for 4 p.m., but I'm going to arrive maybe about 11:30. I'm going to take Teddy out here, walk him around for a little bit, and then get going. We are, I think, about half an hour from our pickup. And then it gets delivered down to the Giant in Carlisle for tomorrow morning. But I'm going to head down after I get loaded. There's Teddy. You had to go out? You had to go potty? Come on. That's a good boy. That's why I normally don't get anything to eat out, because it's so expensive. I normally get groceries before my runs. And for breakfast, I normally eat a drinkable yogurt and a bar. One of, like a protein bar. And maybe sometimes a fruit cup or fruit. I'll get fruit at the grocery store. And then my snackies, I like grapes, chips, cookies, chocolate, candy. And then for my dinner, I normally eat like a salad or a sandwich. I do like stopping at Subway and getting a Subway sandwich, but that's been getting expensive here lately too. Teddy's food is expensive too. But I guess it is what it is. So I took him out. It's starting to get warm again. He's getting hot. We're gonna get on the road. Ready to go, Teddy? Still really hazy from the wildfires, but I got loaded within an hour, and I'm heading south now on 81, and it's going to be nice weather for the next couple days, so I'm going to stop in Binghamton at the Blue Beacon and get Lafonda washed. She needs a bath. I never stopped at this Blue Beacon before, so we'll check it out, see what it's like. I see this one only has one wash bay, and it looks like a whole line of trucks are in here. So I'll be here a little while waiting, but that's okay. The Fonda's getting clean. Leaving the Blue Beacon, I was there for about 2 hours, but Lafonda's all cleaned up now, nice and shiny. Now we're going to head on down to our delivery, Giant Distribution Center in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. That's for tomorrow morning, so I'll be able to take my 10 hours off when I get down there. Thanks for watching. Please give this video a like, share it, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next video.